Good morning.
Good morning.
Michelle and I have been chit-chatting, so we decided to get going with our topic at hand. So welcome to the Up Your Vibe tribe that sometimes it's just one person that needs something. Everybody else is all blazing trails. Um, and that's perfect. That's ideal because that's really why we're here. It's just to blaze our love vibration all over the world, or in our own house, or through our neighborhood, or wherever you're going. So let's just take a moment just to take a deep breath and just catch ourselves in whatever state you're in. State New York, Michigan, or state of being. You are perfectly perfect for what you've been through. There's nothing gone wrong in your body. There's nothing gone wrong in the world. It's just all an expression of what is, and our skill sets in navigating that is really what this journey is all about in a nutshell. So one more breath, primarily for me. And we will get on with our topic at hand. So I posted this morning, what would your day look like? What would you do if you didn't need to worry about money? What would you do all day long that would feel good at the end of the day? And if somebody said, oh, here's $100, or here's $1, or here's $1,000,000, that was, and you went, oh, that's cool. I would have done that for free. That is how I taught my kids. That was the kind of the snippet. I don't want you to go get a 9 to 5 just to say I have a job and blah, 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 and hate it. I want you to, my job as a parent is to find their giftings, their natural abilities, and to get those, because that's self-expression, and get those and spread it throughout your family, your community, whatever that is. And sometimes it's a planet, it's a planetary gifting. So I'm happy to announce that all 3 of my kids are basically doing what they love. One's a landscaper. One is, she loves horses. She loves animals. So she's a professional dog walker, horse sitter, big animal farm. She loves shoveling shit. And has also learned, she bought this house with gardens, so she has flowers. And so she now has a little flower business that she creates little bouquets and has a CSA. So she is right in her full bloom right now, pun intended. It was accidental at first, but pun intended. And then my other son loves to build. He loves to use his creative energies and build really cool things. So right now he's in a group that doesn't have his high standards, so he's transitioning so that he can really just do what he loves. And people go, that's amazing. Here you go. Thank you. So that is the topic that I wanted to kind of expand upon and get us all thinking about what really our giftings are, and are we on our journey? Are we in full bloom? I'm trying to get something up to share my screen. So when I was working with some coaches, and they basically taught me to find my giftings and put them in a nice visual. So this is the visual that I use when I do the coaching. Obviously, trust your body, GNM based information here. But you can see that I don't just teach GNM. Otherwise, it would just be learn GNM in a big, bold graphic. We learn to have daily fun. We learn to have fun even with our symptoms. We learn self-care mastery. We learn how to take care of ourselves, not for other people, but for ourselves. We learn to make decisions consciously. We learn to be supported with a healthy support network. This tribe call is part of why I do this, is I want you to have some place to go to know that you're not going to be judged. You're going to be supported. We're all going to be kind of talking the same language. And then this call is really about the soul's mission, is finding what you are good at and whether you're in a perfect balanced state, all systems are going smoothly, your day-night rhythm is just operating optimally, meaning you don't have any biological programs going, then you're just going forward. You're just, you know what you're good at and you are blazing your trail. So that's what this call is about. So the other graphic I want to pull up is what I found on Facebook this morning, that I was like, I know what topic I want. And then something kept pulling me back into Facebook. And I was like, I don't want to be on Facebook. But then I was like, okay, let's see. And I know why I was being pulled back on Facebook for this. Okay, so I'm going to share this. Sure. Okay. So I don't know. Michelle, do you know any Japanese? Do you know how to speak Japanese? So we might have a little fun with this.
I do not, but I mean, if my daughter's boyfriend was here, he is Japanese. So,
Okay. So I'm going to try to pronounce a word, and we're just going to have just a general discussion about this, and we can keep our cameras on for this. Sometimes I do ask people to turn off the cameras, but we can. It's just you and me, Michelle. Okay, IKEA gai. How's that? So this is what I was just talking about. Discover your purpose in life. Determine the reason you wake up each morning. Choose something that aligns with your strengths, your passions, and the needs of the world. This is what gives life meaning. Akigai, gai, akai gai. Actually, that's probably they play with their eyes. Anyway, we won't go into.
yeah, I think it's Ikigai.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Let's vote for that. So yes, that's what we would call our soul's mission, our soul's purpose. Okay, so that number one. Do you want to shoot for the second one, Michelle? Kaizen?
Kaizen.
Kaizen. Okay. Focus on small improvements every day. You don't have to do everything at once. Just aim to make progress little by little. Reminds me of church yesterday, I sing at, and it was about patience, was a little bit of the talk, the homily. So human beings don't see progress. It's hard for us to see that you're making progress. One of the signs of a good coach is that they show you the progress that you're making. They review and say, hey, Michelle, remember when we first met and you were whatever the story was? So focus on small improvements every day. I have my calendar right here. So I try to use it as my visual of the week and write things down and put stars or highlight things that are part of my goals. And I don't usually do it on a daily basis. I just set the stage, but this will help me go, okay, highlighting those small improvements each day. Hara, hachi, boo. And bless you. How'd I do?
Yeah, good.
Okay. Practice mindful eating and moderation. Eat until you're 80% full, and you'll feel more energized throughout the day. Do you, Michelle, how do you do with mindful eating? I'm guessing you do pretty well.
Yes, I do.
Okay. My eating habits can be all over the place. So
Yeah.
this I could do when I'm in the flow and just like a normal day. I do pretty well with this because as we've talked in the past, one of the I believe in mming, like mming your food because that
Hmm.
gives a vibration to your food. Just like in yoga, we om,
Hmm.
and it sounds like home. So it's the
Hmm.
same thing. So I believe that it actually raises the vibration of whatever food you eat. So I have other stories that I would share, but I'm not going to. We're going to make this quick and precise. Ganbaru. How's that?
Good.
Good, thank you. Be patient and calm when it comes to expecting results of something you did. Try to do the best that can be done. Yes,
Mhm.
that has been a really big lesson for me with all the projects of my house. Right now, oh, I'll show you one. Right now, I am refinishing a door. This is one of the ones I did for this room. So it's
Yeah, I saw
stripped
that
and
one. I
burned
saw that
and
one. Yeah.
yes. So I'm doing the other one for the cozy cabin room and it
Oh,
sits down there. It was 120 in my greenhouse construction
shoot.
zone room yesterday and
Crazy.
it's um 25 today. So that
Yeah.
sits and waits for me. And boy, oh boy, I want to move it and put it in a room and I want to get that done. But I am not, I am mindfully not doing that just to practice patience.
Hmm.
Because really, when we take out every little decision that we're making out of the big scheme of life over time, what does a day really mean? What does an hour really mean? What does finishing a project on time really mean?
Hmm.
I mean, if I have three people coming to stay, yes, there's a deadline. Yes, there's
Yeah.
focus. Yes, there's maybe out of balance. But for the most part, you and I and whoever might stumble upon this call, most things don't really have a deadline. It's
Right.
only what we do with it. So let's move on to wasabi. Wabi sabi. I like that one. Number 5,
Hmm.
find peace in imperfection. Recognize that nothing in life is perfect, including yourself and others. Instead of striving for flawlessness, find joy in the imperfections that make life unique. What does
Hmm.
that bring up anything for you, Michelle?
Yeah, I like that. I looked them all over and I like that one the best. Uh, yes. So stop trying to be perfect and don't expect perfection in others, and it just gives yourself and others permission to be human, and to find the joy and happiness.
Yep. It's funny as I look around at my space and if you're stumbled upon this and you've never seen me or heard me, the last 3.5 years I've been doing construction on my or demolition construction renovations on my childhood home and most of what I use for product materials, some of it has been new, but I try to use old stuff, imperfect stuff, unique stuff, try to refurbish it. And like I have outside siding for the trim work around these doors. It doesn't look like outside trim, but it worked for this room. Why I like the burning technique of shoshugiban, which is a Japanese burning wood burning, is because actually this door we'll be able to see a little better because it's so unique in finding the grain. Like there's no perfection in that. In fact, I can do so much with this strategy that is like, woo, it takes the pressure about being perfect and not having all your paint lines and stain lines and whatever. So
well, it is perfect, and that's the thing about that word perfect. It doesn't really
right,
mean anything
it's
because what you
perfect.
create exactly, it's perfectly perfect for you for now for how it looks. There is
Right,
no standard. That word
right,
is just
right. No box here. There's no straight
number.
lines
Yeah.
in nature. There's no, it's like, oh, yep, that's where I held the whatever a little long, and yep, it adds a little character to the wood. So yes, the perfect yeah, my tagline, if you ever receive an email from me, it says you're perfectly perfect for what you've been through. And so that's where
Mhm.
German New Medicine or Germanic Healing Knowledge is so true. It's like you're not broken, you're not diseased. You're just either in a stress phase or a healing phase or in your head about either.
Mhm.
So, owabe sabi. um, and now when I have my wasabi peas, I will wabe sabi. I might even just put a new sign on my wasabi peas, which I love. Okay, number 6. Ah, do it, Michelle.
Hakibo.
Takibo. Okay. Make a budget and stick to it. Uh-oh, I didn't read this one. When you have your finances in order, you'll feel less stressed and more motivated to tackle your other goals. Aha. Okay.
Yeah,
Which,
that one does not apply to me. I have that like budgets and money, and I've never stressed or worried or cared. But I've always had money. From the time I was rolling pennies to make my rent and not caring how I would get through to the next month up till now, I've never thought much about money, but it's always been plentiful.
yes. And that actually was going to be part of my interpretation of this. Most people go budget. Oh, not enough. We have to blah blah blah. That's the initial like, oh, that's why my quick response to budget. Oh, but there is that's the human. There is that just knowing that you will be provided for, knowing that there is enough. Now, if you're out spending and willy-nilly and being, this is my belief, and being um what is the word, being,
Frivolous, frivolous.
yeah, there's another word, yes, being frivolous and just wasteful, not being
Mm-hmm.
mindful of the use of money. um I would say that could probably lead you down a path of going without, and the lesson of going without is to be mindful of your money. But when you know, like Michelle, I know you as a person, I know you're doing good, you're learning, you put a lot into yourself, your self-care, your knowledge base, you give, you do good practices with your money. There is a Catholic term for that, or a religious term for that, that I feel is very appropriate. It's not like derogatory, but I can't think of it right now. Doesn't matter.
Tidings.
Okay. So, and I do have to say, like with this whole renovation, I just knew that I needed to do something. Like my ultimate goal is to have people here and to teach them in groups. So I do know that that will bring me, number one, that will put me in a position of doing what I love. How many people can I help at one time? How can we get this out to the masses so we can bring peace on earth? Because we have conscious people and we're not freaking out every time we have a symptom. So I do know that my higher power does take care of that. So I didn't get into myself of going, oh, that would cost $700 and oh, am I going to be able to afford it? I was just like, nope, I need the wood, I need the ceiling, I'm going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And it has been amazing that when I'm in the creative flow doing this renovation, that I don't get calls to do coaching. But boy, when I have a lapse and I'm like, okay, that project's done, the calls start coming in. So I don't know who's orchestrating that, but I will accept it. So yes, you can look at your finances and make sense of them. But when you find that you're stressing about finances, you may want to focus on kaikibo. Okay, number 7. Shoshin. That's a simple one.
You
Approach
may have
task.
to finish this on your own because it's time for me to go to the.
It is. That was a little longer than I expected. Okay, I will. I'll pretend that there's 100 watchers.
Yes.
Have a
Yes.
swimmingly
Thank you.
day.
I'll check your schedule.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Shoshin, approach tasks with a beginner's mindset. Don't worry about being perfect or having all the answers. Just be open to learning and trying new things. Oh boy, that has been the last 2 years, 3 years of my life. There was one moment on July 4th, 2021, 22, something like that. I was in tears on my bed because I could not find any construction guy or girl to help me with my new house that just needed some stuff. And so after I gave myself that last 3-minute cry, I decided to buy some tools. I decided to learn how to use some tools. And everything I was doing was a first time. So I had to have that beginner's mindset. And I knew if it wasn't perfect, it was mine, so I could be okay with it. But I was very open to learning, and now as I approach the last bedroom that will be renovated, I think I can do it all by myself. With the exception of electric, I don't mess with electric. So that I am very happy that I worked through all the challenges of learning new tasks. So, okay. And I actually want to share this right now, just for a moment. I have a friend that my daughter made this, first of all. It's made of wool. But I have a friend that whittles, and he started whittling this little gnome. And he said something that was pretty interesting. He said that people do gnomes, or maybe it's just his idea, because eyes are harder to actually whittle. Like it takes a lot to get the eyes right. So this person found their gifting in, not this person, not my daughter, but gnomes in general. They found their gifting in whatever the artwork um, of what they were doing. And then they were like, well, let's just skip the eyes and let's just make a bigger hat. So they took their gifting and made a thing. So it would be interesting to do a little history of gnomes. So if anybody does that and finds anything interesting, please share. Okay, so now we're going to go back to this and the eighth one, Shinrin Yoku, spend time in nature. Yay! It's scientifically proven to reduce stress and improve your mood. Take a walk in the park, breathe in fresh air, and let nature recharge you. Yes. My best day begins with a walk outside. Most of my creativity, my ideas for the day start after a, um, a walk in our beautiful Adirondacks here in New York. So I hope that was fun for each of you. And I've never closed out just me, so I'm transitioning. And I just want to say that you have a gifting for our world. If you don't know what it is, just keep even taking those sad moments. Just keep looking within, because believe it or not, depression is serving a purpose. It is to find the inner meaning, find something you've been looking for, to shut out the world so you can go deep within. So practice some of those things, skip others that don't thrill you or inspire you, but do your best making each day a little more high vibration. So thank you. And I do these calls every Monday. I try to do them every Monday at 11:11 a.m. They are Up Your Vibe Tribe. And our goal of these is to keep our soul's mission going, either discover it or keep it going and affect as many people positively as you can. So thank you for investing 45 minutes in this call. And I hope you have a beauty filled every moment until we see or speak again. Thank you.